24th, 2026. And if you've looked at the thumbnail, we are in the frozen tundra right now. It is minus 20, feels like minus 33 with the wind chill outside. So it is brutally cold. Let's see, who do we have on? Christopher is on in the UK. Ushil's on in Norway. Ron is on in Washington State in the US. Debbie's on in Ohio. Freezing cold for her, too. Roger's on in Athens, 14 degrees Celsius there. Ushills, it's minus 5 for her. Jane is on in South Carolina, 7 degrees Celsius or 45 degrees. Debbie said it's 6 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like minus 14 degrees Celsius for her in Ohio. Eastern Washington right now, Ron says it's 4 degrees, or 12 degrees, excuse me, degrees Fahrenheit. It's 8 degrees to the positive in Falmouth in the UK for Christopher. Charmaine's on in Maine. Basil's on in Goa. Well, hello, hello, hello. All right, we've got a good group of people cross-section of the world right now. I'm sure more people will stream in as the live stream goes further. I was actually thinking about shaving, but with the cold temperatures outside, do I really want to? I'm not sure yet, but maybe just a trim, who knows? Oh, Medi is on quickly from Helsinki, well, Tallinn, minus 10 degrees Celsius there. We will talk to you later on, or you'll watch us in the replay crew as she's hanging out with one of her friends. All right? Basil had to shave today. Okay. So, yeah. So, it's in our cold snap right now. We are not the only place, as you can see from some of the other comments, too, that are going through this cold snap. I even heard of people in the south. Well, Jane's on here from South Carolina, talking about ice storms coming through there. Places in Ohio talking about getting up to 18 inches of snow. Hannah in Indiana said they were getting lots of snow too in their area. Here we're getting really cold weather. I was talking to Smokey yesterday. He's in a really cold snap for him in Wisconsin. So, yeah, lots and lots of sub temperatures happening right now across Canada and the US. Marzi is not a man. Marzi is Jane in South Carolina. Marzi cat. Marzi is her cat's name. But it doesn't matter, man or woman, everybody's welcome here. So thank you so much for everybody who's Jane says she's not shaving her legs today. Well, no, if it's going to be cold there, why bother? I'm not shaving my legs today either. So you just had chicken tikka for dinner, okay? Frosty the Snowman's not even going to stick around. It's too cold. That's a good one, Charmaine. Today, you guys are going to get surprised because there is going to be a video coming out today. It's already been filmed, and thank you so much to Ushel for it because she sent me a parcel of goodies. So this morning, I went through that parcel of goodies, filmed it, and did some taste testing and all that sort of stuff. Maybe not the best breakfast idea, but I did it anyways. So there is some questions that I do have for you, Ushel, in it, but I won't ask them here. I'll let it go to the video. You guys can watch it and respond in the comments for it. Good morning, Christopher in Washington State. But yeah, really nice parcel to arrive, and happy to be able to share it on the channel. So that video is going to come out after this live stream is done. Yeah, liked it very much. Thank you very much. So what did you guys do this week? This week was a little bit different for me because it started off with me being sick. So the first part of the week, not really in the best of spirits, and didn't have a lot of energy to do things. I took 2 days off this week from making videos, so only 5 videos came out because Tuesday and Thursday I didn't make a video. By Wednesday, Shanda was sick, so Shanda was off Wednesday for sickness. Thursday she worked from home, and then the Friday she went back to work. Ari's had a couple days off because of the weather and people that have been injured at work. He was working yesterday and the day before, though, so very cold for him. Basil's going to move into his new place sometime in February. Okay. Any comments on the crazy prices of gold and silver? Well, I'm not doing any buying of gold and silver right now, so haven't really had it affect me. But for those others of you that may be buying it, maybe it is affecting you that way. Stormy, you can see, or Ron, you can see your Christmas card is up there behind the Lego magnet that I've got. I started to put things that you guys have sent me on that, if it's magnetic or if I can hold it up with the magnet. I've been doing that. I've also got some little paper clips that clip onto these light strings, and I'm thinking about hanging them up around so I could put things like this that were sent to me. That one came from Monty and Violet, so thank you so much for that. So as people are sending me more things, I've got stuff all over my desk of artwork and things that have been sent to me, but I want to start pinning it up and putting it around. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm not sure, maybe I'll put the lights up around there and pin them up to hang them up. Could do that. We'll see. What did I miss? I missed something along the way. Or have they been injured? There's been a few, like, people that have been slipping on ice and things like that that have twisted ankles and things. So there has been a few injuries going on in Ari's workplace. Definitely a lot of feline lovers that are on here. I think there's some dog lovers too. I'm a dog lover. Ida Marie's on in Washington, D.C. Welcome, Ida Marie. Gary's on in Surrey, British Columbia on the west coast. It's around 0 degrees there, but we'll get up to 6 degrees later. No snow for you. Lucky you. Yeah, Ari's being careful so far. He's had some cold feet. That's about it with the snow and the rain and everything else. Yeah, I see that some places in the U.S. the shelves are getting emptied because of storms. I saw Nicole in Ohio did a post about it of everybody buying all the milk and going into the grocery store and nothing on the shelves, preparing for Armageddon or something. I guess maybe it's not like that here. We know what winter's like. Roger got a haircut today. I'm sure he looks smashing. Christopher both has a cat and a dog. Christopher's a dog lover. Charmaine or Dakota, meow meow. Achille's a cat lover. Gary's allergic to cats, so not a fan there. Polo's doing well. He's sleeping right now, as he normally does during the day. Is he enjoying the weather? He doesn't really notice whether it's hot or cold outside. Maybe when he's doing his little run at night across our floors, he might notice it's a little bit cooler. Osha likes dogs as well, even though she's a cat lover. Ida Marie's working from home on Monday. It'll be 13 degrees Fahrenheit, or it is 13 degrees Fahrenheit there now. Canada does have snowplows, lots of them. Just tie up and use sofas to ride around the neighborhood. Okay. Yeah, we're prepared for winter. When winter comes, we know it's coming. So we've got snowplows, we've got shovels and snow blowers and skis and all sorts of things, snowmobiles. People enjoy being out in the winter playing in it. I'm not one that spends a lot of time outside playing in it, but there are people that really look forward to winter so they can do ice fishing and snowmobiling and cross country or downhill skiing or snowshoeing, tobogganing. And we're getting ready for the Winter Olympics too. We're hosting it, but we'll be at them. Basil wanted to be a vet when he was young. Well, what's stopping you? You could be a vet right now still. There you go, Monty. coming in from Saskatchewan with minus 39 degrees Celsius. Speaking of cold, Monty, you win. Minus 39 beats our minus 33 that's here. Gary got a very nice envelope with stamps and a postcard from Russia. Yeah, we can't send anything to Russia still, so it's nice that you got something from them, though. 2 degrees Fahrenheit and windy in Maine for Charmaine. Your talent is in journalism, okay? You realize that late in school, okay? Mid-teens isn't late. Violet made this particular hedgehog embroidery. Very cool. I added it to the other wonderful things that you guys have sent me. No Steven yet today. No, he might pop on still. Who knows? I'm always impressed when Steven makes it on because it is early in the morning for him in Australia. So if he pops on, that's great. If he's sound asleep, I completely understand. But he's a very big contributor of this channel, so it's nice to have him on. Basil, I'm not talking politics. She's very talented in the fabric arts. Yeah, Violet seems to be. So what is an embroidery machine? Does it do the work for you? Does it set up a template and you follow it along? Can you let me know? I'm curious. Steve does live in the future. Do I support a football team? I assume you mean a soccer team when you're talking football because the rest of the world calls it football. I don't follow football in that. When it comes to American football, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. When it comes to Canadian football, maybe a BC Lions fan. Use cricket. Item read, what does that mean? I'm outside of the embroidery world, so I'm not familiar with the terms. Basil's mother is a lot into embroidery and crochet, okay. Christopher's a Seahawks fan. It makes sense being out in Washington State. She made angels for Christmas out of crochet, okay. Crocheted some angels. Broncos are playing tomorrow. That's good for Charmaine and both for Smokey. You'll have to see what it's like with a different quarterback, though. That's going to be difficult for them. Osha wants an embroidery machine. It does a lot of different things, okay. Anybody bought any new stamps this week? I haven't done any of that. I have a list of 34 people now that I have to write back to because I haven't for the last 2 weeks. I've done some post-crossing, and I've done the You Decorate cards on Wednesday, so those have been sent out. But regular correspondence, I haven't done anything for 2 weeks now because of the way I've been feeling. So I need to get back on that. I haven't bought any new stamps. Welcome, Lila. Lila from Maryland is on. But I did see the new Stranger Things stamps that have come out in the UK, the new Concord stamps that have come out in the UK, the new Muhammad Ali stamps that have come out in the US. So there's a lot of new stamps that are coming out. What's a zigzag machine? I have to explain all these things. Welcome, Devious Knight. Ursula got some stamps from Slovakia. Basil bought some stamps start of January. All right, so Monty says that Violet downloads patterns off the internet on a memory stick. and plugs them into the machine, then it does its thing. So it does all the embroidery. You don't have to do any of the work. The machine does everything. Ron gets new stamps a little at a time. Yeah, if you'll notice too, I'm going to have a bunch of stamps to show you next week because a bunch of things came through. So thank you to everybody who did that. Obscure entertainment, good questions. I have no idea. I'm not a carpenter, but someone might be able to tell you on here. If Steven from Montana was on, he'd probably be able to tell you because he's big into woodworking. Debbie has ordered the new Muhammad Ali and Love stamps. So they're in transit. That's good. Hopefully get them quickly. She'll uses her machine mostly to sew paper. You will have seen that in the card that I showed on yesterday's video and Friday's video. She sent me a beautiful big card that she created, and it was all sewn on the edges. So that was really neat. Yeah, Basil, it's the first time you've been on in a while for the live stream, so good to have you on. And I haven't seen Joe in a little while either. There have been a few people that have been absent. Hopefully still watching in the background, but maybe not able to make it at this particular time. No, I haven't received anything yet, Charmaine, but I know mail between Canada and the U.S. has been very slow of late. That's okay, Rochelle. Thank you so much for thinking about it. Speaking of Stamp of the Month, because we've only got a week left to go, if you haven't yet watched it, you probably should if you're a stamp collector, because there are some beautiful Victorian-era stamps that are being given away this month. I just have to answer the 3 questions in the comments of that video, and you're entered to win. And there's a couple more Victorian stamps I have to show you this week that will be added to that giveaway, thanks to Ida Marie. So you'll see that probably on Monday or Tuesday. Thank you, Basil, for texting Joe. Star Trek on Paramount, Starfleet Academy. Yes, have been watching it. I've watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't seen the 3rd episode yet, but enjoying it so far. Oh, Joe's mom's not well. That's too bad to hear. Hopefully she'll rebound. There's a new Colorado stamp coming out next week, Charmaine. Okay. Roger says there's 2 versions, a short and a longer version. I missed the first part of that. Versions of what, Roger? I'm assuming it's Connie Francis. Route 66 later this year. I saw that, Jane, that they were coming out. One day I'll get a chance to drive Route 66. It's on my bucket list. Lila, can I share a presentation making postcards for National Postcard Week? It was recorded and posted on the Wichita Postcard Club. Share it where? I'm not sure where you're trying to share it to. If you're trying to share a link on here, go for it. Joe's mom had a fall. June's the best time to come to Canada. Depends what you're coming to Canada for, what you're looking for. If you're coming for snow, June's not a great time to come. If you're coming for heat, July and August are much better. If you're coming for fall colors, you want to come in late September, early October. So it all depends on what you want and where you're going. Absolutely, region specific. What are you looking for? What are you trying to get out of your trip? Your previous post, Roger. Okay, I got to go back in time to see if I can find it. The last post I have from you said you had a haircut, and then you talked about the long, short, and the previous, the long and the short version. So I missed something along the way. Your mom wants to come and meet her sister. In Ontario? Where is she? What part of the country is she coming to? So I know you got an uncle in Ontario, so. Yeah, Ontario, Mississauga. So the Toronto area. Yeah, July, August. If she's just planning on hanging out in the city, it doesn't really matter, but yeah. You like fall, then the best time to come is in September, October. Temperatures are a little cooler then. But if she's just going to be in Mississauga, if she's just going to be hanging out in the city, she's not like she's going to see a lot of fall colors or anything anyway. So, but if they're doing some traveling, if they're going to go down to Niagara Falls or Niagara on the Lake, do some of those sort of things, and you want it to be a little cooler, I mean, you're used to heat, so I think June, July is going to be fine. Ushel's favorite season is the fall as well. Fall is the most temperate time. It's not so overpoweringly hot that you can't go outside. So that's kind of nice. It's just enough chill in the air that you can get by. Jane would love to go to Quebec City. Yeah, it's a beautiful city. If you want kind of that taste of France within Canada, that's the city to go to. Montreal's great too. It's got a lot of English to it, but old Montreal with the cobblestone streets is a beautiful spot. And lots of really fun things about Montreal. Yeah, she wants to do a little traveling around, go down to Niagara Falls. Yeah, okay. Sometimes June still can have a little bit of dampness to it, depending where you are. And there on the Great Lakes, you might find that. So I would say the end of June, early July would be a really good time for her to go. Radio Luxembourg closing down theme used the Connie Francis song in 1961. It's time to say goodnight. She ended it several languages for goodnight. Okay, that's cool. It's sad that Radio Luxembourg was closing down, though. I appreciate you posting it again. Can get hot and humid in late July and August in Mississauga, although, yeah, because Gary's originally from Ontario, too. Yeah, end of June, still in the high 30s sometimes. What am I planning for supper? Well, so far off, probably chicken nachos. Remember, it's only noon here, so we're kind of thinking lunch, but supper probably will be something like chicken nachos. It's going to be something simple, and we don't tend to do a lot of big meals on Saturday. Jane, I knew you were going to bring up Costco. Tricked you. We're not doing Costco today because it's so dreadfully cold, and we knew it would be dreadfully cold. We did all our grocery shopping last night. We did Costco last night, went to the local groceries. We are in. We are not going outside probably for the next 2 days unless we have something quick we've got to run to the store to get. Other than that, we plan on staying here. So I've already shot my video about Ushel's beautiful gift, and so that is ready to go. So I don't really have anything planned for the rest of the day. I could work on some postcards, probably build some Lego. Talked about that, so there might be some Instagram posts of Lego over the next couple days. Definitely going to be watching television. Getting some favorable responses to having chicken nachos. Yeah, it's a pretty easy meal. Charmaine's going to have some tacos. So we bought the chips yesterday. We went to Costco, got everything we needed. Yeah. So we're pretty much ready to stay in here. I've got the heat dish on right now, so we've got some warmth because I've got the door closed. Jane is having vegetable soup today. Well, that'll keep your insides warm. And cornbread. I love cornbread. Nice fresh cornbread with melted butter on it. Yes, please. The only place I really get cornbread now, and it's probably not as wonderful as what you could make down there, is from Popeye's Chicken. When I go for a takeout, I always get their cornbread. There are a couple other places around town that do it, but that's the one that jumps to mind. How is my cold in this really cold weather? Other than losing range, it's perfect. I've got the heater fixed, which was a problem back in December. There was a malfunction. All got fixed under warranty. Didn't cost me anything. I just had to have a day where they could go take it apart and fix the part. So now it works great. It heats up fast. But I lose about 100 to 150 kilometers of range in my vehicle in the wintertime because you're running the heater, which drains the battery. Basil says he has a fan on and I have a heater on. Yeah, big difference between our two countries right now. Ooh, honey drizzled over cornbread. That sounds good too. You don't understand the concept of having Lego to build. When it arrives in the house, it gets built. Doesn't sit around. You know what? I've got a backlog of sets because I buy them when I find them when they're on a discount, or maybe I've ordered them in advance. And so I probably have 30 Lego sets right now that aren't built. Some of them I probably won't ever build just because the price of them seems to keep going up, and it's almost become a bit of a financial investment the way they are. But there are some wonderful sets that I do want to get built. I've got 2 Star Wars Lego helmet sets that I want to build. We got the One Piece ship set just before Christmas as well. That might be the one that we will tackle today. I like to have someone to build them with. You know, there's days that I sit down and just build them by myself, but I like to be able to sit at the table with Ari and we work on them together, or if Shanda's so willing that the two of us will work on them together. So at Christmas time, we used to always work as a family and build the winter one, but that hasn't happened for a number of years now as the kids gotten older. Debbie says they're staying in all weekend as well. Got a beef roast to cut up to make beef stew. Always want comfort foods in this insanely cold. Yeah, hot chocolate is perfect for this time. Soups are perfect. Chilies. We'll be making a broccoli casserole tomorrow as kind of a comfort food with leftovers. That's on the plan. Ashel bought a big Lego set for her son in the summer. Still hasn't built it. Well, you'll have to build it for him then. Yeah, the broccoli curry casserole we do over rice is one of those staples that Shanda and I really love. The kids weren't too keen on it. Well, Ari doesn't like broccoli, so he's out. So we usually build it or have it when they're not around, or when we can just make the leftovers and enjoy it over a few days. And I might do a pork tenderloin tomorrow night for supper with apples and brown sugar. That's kind of a nice comfort food that also gives some leftovers. Saturday is the day that I don't really want to do any cooking. I cook all through the week, and so Saturdays we usually have something like chicken wings or chicken nachos, something very simple. Friday nights is our takeout night. Last night we just did Wendy's. It was one of these, something really quick. Stop, get some chicken tenders for supper, and some French fries and a pop. You know, nothing super healthy, but something quick. And then after that, we went out and did our Costco grocery shopping run. So that's why we did something fast. I did have that burger at lunchtime with my sister, which I wasn't too keen on, but it did fill me up. You don't want to take away the fun. If he doesn't want to build it, though, you can have the fun. Basil's going to have some grapes, okay? All this talk of food is making you hungry. That's usually what happens. We talk about stamps. We talk about the weather. We definitely talk about food. Sometimes we talk about travel, but that's usually what we're doing on Saturday, isn't it? So 5 degrees Celsius, mostly clear at 10 o'clock at night for Basel. Welcome to India. Or at least that southern part on the coast. $16 people on, only 7 people giving the thumbs up. We're missing members of our unicorn gang definitely today. Steven's been mentioned. He is not here. Oli is not on today. Jilly's had a rough week with a death in the family. Isabel's had forest fires that were very close to her home, which luckily the ones close to her home are out, but there are still fires raging. She's safe, so we're thinking of that. Smokey's not here today. Yeah, Renee's not on. We are missing our unicorn members. Lewis is hardly ever on. He's our unicorn. Christopher made lasagna last night enough for 2 days. That's good to have a little leftovers. You're going to make lasagna, you might as well make it last. So yeah, thank you, Basil. I see we're up to 13 thumbs up on the 17 people that are here. Oli is taking a break. Okay. Now, what are we going to have for dessert? Oh, dessert's great. When you watch the video I put out today that came from Ushel, some of those things will be desserts or nibbles that I will be enjoying, or we will be enjoying throughout the weekend. We do have a McCain's Deep and Delicious cake. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it, one we have, it's a chocolate cake, usually are kept in the fridge or freezer section of your grocery store with a layer of nice chocolate icing over the top. So we still have a few pieces of that left, so that could be eaten today. Yesterday I bought, showed it in the video, but I bought a couple cronuts, which is a donut and a croissant mixed together with a pastry inside of it. We had those last night for dessert. They were fantastic, from Tony's. And then there was one I showed you, kind of looked like a burger. It was 2 macaron cookies, and inside it had chocolate mousse that made it look like a hamburger patty. And then it had raspberry filling on it, which made it look like ketchup. And then I think it was a thin layer of apricot, which looked like the cheese to make it look like a hamburger. Oh, it was such a fantastic dessert. Also came from Tony's. I didn't write about it, or I just showed you a picture of it. So if you've seen the picture, now you have the information to go with it. That's why I suggest you keep watching all my videos, because you'll get all the connections to it eventually. 15 thumbs up now. Well, there's 14 anyways, I'm showing. Yes, glad that Isabel is safe. Or she'll order pizza for her son and friends, celebrating his birthday. I know his birthday was earlier in the week, but a happy continued celebrations to him. Hope he has fun things planned. Debbie got a tub of Philadelphia cream cheese filling and making parfaits with cheesecake filling and lemon curds, raspberry preserve. Yum, that sounds good. Speaking of cream cheese, I went yesterday and bought some bagels. Ari likes to have them in the mornings, so I got a few. I picked up some cream cheese, paid for everything, walked out the door, got home from work, changed my clothes, went to put the bagels away, realized I left the cream cheese on the counter at the store. I wasn't going back, so it was a mistake. I paid for cream cheese that I never got. It's a shame. Not that Ari eats his bagels with cream cheese, but I did buy a few other ones that I thought maybe I would enjoy with cream cheese. We are getting very close to the 3,000 subscriber mark. Yeah, we're 30 people away. I'm not sure when we'll hit it and what we'll do to mark the occasion. It's a pretty big milestone for me. At one point, I never thought I'd get 100 subscribers. And then when I got 100, it was like, how long will it take to get 1,000 subscribers? Imagine having 1,000, and then 2,000, and now here we're getting close to 3,000. Early on, Lewis said, one day you'll have 5,000 subscribers. And it's like, I can't believe we'll ever have 5,000 subscribers want to watch the videos that I put out. Um, will we ever reach that? Maybe. But now I know I have my sets higher than that. I want to be able to influence people to want to participate in post-crossing and stamp collecting and Lego and coming to visit Atlantic Canada and traveling here, going to see car shows, all the fun things that I think that are fun and want to show off, but mainly just to spread joy and positivity. I would hope that I can get this channel to go further than that. But the only way I can do it is, of course, with your guys' help. And you've done it so far by sharing the channel and telling other people about it, and sending things in that I can show and talk about, and the giveaways that we have that are only possible because of your guys' help in the donating items to give away. So thank you so much for getting us here. It's going to be amazing. I'm glad that it looks like we're going to hit 3,000 soon. But how far can we go? Marshall's at 13. If you want more, I'm sure you can have more. Just keep putting out content to let people watch, let them know you're out there. You probably could have 13 more now from people that are watching currently. 20 people on right now. 14 thumbs up. Jane is really hungry now. Bali, welcome. -2 degrees for Christopher, but nice clear skies. Nice clear skies here too. I've got a video coming out about alternate power source, and clear skies are wonderful for that. So hopefully we'll see something. Oh, there's David on in Nova Scotia now. He just got off work, -13, but with the wind chill -28 for him in southern Nova Scotia. Welcome. Basil thinks I'll reach 10,000 subscribers before you turn 50. Okay. I hope you're right. That at one point I will reach that. It seems like a big number, though. 10,000 subscribers. You know what I would like, though? 100,000 subscribers, so I can get one of those YouTube plaques. That would be my goal, to be able to get a plaque of recognition from YouTube saying that I've had a number of subscribers. And the first plaque that they give out is when you get to 100,000. So just being close to 3,000, it seems like a unrealistic goal, but that's my goal. Gary's going to make ultra smashed cheeseburgers for supper. That sounds good. Welcome, Thomas. -18 degrees Celsius in central Illinois for him. It does sound a bit like a cooking show today, and that's all right. Anytime we can learn new recipes and get to know other regions and other food. Started with Basil talking about his supper that he was having, and we've gone from there to all sorts of comfort foods and all sorts of different recipes and things that you can add to your meals. I like it. I also like the fact that I never really know what we're going to talk about when we have these. We've been talking for 40 minutes and mostly about food or the weather lately, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some days we're talking about stamps all the time. Sometimes we're talking about other things, post crossing. But today, we're talking food. Saturday cooking show. I have done some cooking videos, so if you want to see some, there are some out there already. I have created some of the recipes you guys have sent in. Olia sent me a cookie recipe. I did that once. I've done some taste testing videos. I've done some unboxings with candies and foods. So we've done some. There's always some food videos intermixed, sprinkled on top on this channel. Giving away a new car on 3,000 subs will bring more subs in for sure. Sure, do you have a car you want to give away and that are willing to ship? As long as there's no cost to me, I'm willing to give away your car, Ron, if that's what you want to do. Thank you so much for that offer. Cooking is always comfort when It's cold and snowy. Yeah, we're talking about making some banana bread this weekend too, which is one of those things you kind of do. Maybe sprinkle in a few chocolate chips and have chocolate chip banana bread. We've got some extra bananas, so we might as well do that. We bought some applesauce in order to give it that little moistness. That's kind of the trick to do it when you're adding in bananas. Mix it up with a little bit of applesauce, and you'll get an even moister banana bread. Thomas is going to make some chili. Yeah, I did mention chili earlier on. The best way to have chili is in a bread bowl. Do it the San Francisco way. I know you can get chowder and do it that way too, but chili in a bread bowl, that's amazing because you have the chili, but you also get to eat the bowl at the end. So if you can do that, get a nice sourdough bun, hollow it out, put the chili in top. You could even put the top of the bun back on top. After, you can put the bits of the bun that you've hollowed out, put it around, and you can use it to dip in the chili. That's the way to have it. Christopher likes the crack video. The crack video is my #1 video because a lot of people tune in because they think it might be about something else. And I've had a few comments of people that are surprised that it wasn't about that. Christopher's having banana bread right now. All right, well, that's good. The crack video does have a lot of views. Charmaine's making some chili next week. Crack drugs, yeah. That's what people tune in to think it is. Crack is not. Crack is a delicious dessert that makes you want to have it more. You can't just stop with one piece. That's why it's called crack. So it's a video about making that dessert. But some people tune in thinking it's about making drugs at home. Chili sounds good too, with cornbread that has corn kernels, cheese, and jalapenos in it. Interesting. Am I doing those videos now? No, I've done those videos in the past. Yeah, I've done quite a few cooking videos over the years, adding in a few different recipes that I've tried and that are successful. There's one I did about Coke ribs. So doing ribs in a pressure cooker using a can of Coke. Quite tasty. You mix it in with the barbecue sauce. And I know we've had some people from barbecue country that have been on. We're missing Amber. Amber used to be on all the time. She's from Missouri. They know a thing or two about barbecue there. You got a lot of questions for everybody else that's on there, Basil. All right, 16 people have the thumbs up now with 19 people that are on. Ron makes a great Dr. Pepper chicken. Okay, how do you make Dr. Pepper chicken? I'm not a big fan off the bat of Dr. Pepper. My kids certainly like it. I think it tastes more like medicine. Coca-Cola cake is pretty good too. Okay, that's interesting. Never heard of a Coca-Cola cake. Curiosity is part of your profession. Yeah, the Aurora Borealis has been seen quite a lot lately, even here in New Brunswick. I'm never up late enough to see it, but I know if you're out in the countryside too, where you don't have the street lights in the way, it's been very beautiful. Debbie's getting rid of things rather than collecting it now. It's a hard thing to do when you're a collector. You keep collecting even when you get older. It's hard to stop. Oh, Chris forgot to see the Northern Lights the other day. Charmaine's getting a bit hungry. She's taking off. All right. Well, thanks, Charmaine, for joining us. You've never heard anyone say what, doctor? Oh, the Dr. Pepper tastes like medicine? Mm. Yeah, not my favorite drink. Lately, the drink that I've been enjoying the most, it's a limited release. Canada Dry Ginger Ale has put out a peach mango. It's really good, and it comes in a 0 sugar. So we've been enjoying that. Ari really likes it too. So the two of us have been enjoying that drink. Debbie's a big fan of Dr. Pepper. Right now, I would say if there's one drink that I'm really into, it is strawberry Fanta. Big fan of strawberry Fanta right now. Russia likes ginger beer. Now, ginger beer and ginger ale are two different things. When I was young and I had an upset stomach, my mother used to always say, drink flat ginger ale. So she used to always have ginger ale on. And what I mean by flat, open it up, take the carbonation out of it, and drink ginger ale like that, that it would be easier on your stomach. So that's what she used to do. She was a nurse. And so we took her at face value that that would be good for you. It always was delicious to be able to drink pop when you were sick, even if it was a little bit on the non-carbonated side. Making ginger drink by yourself would be hard, and it might be very gingery, depending if you didn't know the combinations to mix. Welch's sparkling cider left over from New Year's. So Welch's grape juice in a sparkling cider, is that what Welch's does that? Okay, I know Welch's for the grape juice. Of course, Welch's was always in the Baptist churches. That's what they use for communion instead of wine. That's how they got their start originally. You're a fan of kombucha? Never really got into kombucha. I've tried it, but David's a Coke Zero guy. Violet likes kombucha. Christopher in UK used to make ginger beer when he was a kid. Gary used to be big into ginger ale as well. Debbie did the same thing. Her mom subscribed to the same message that when they were sick, they had warm ginger ale. So by Verner's. I'm not familiar with that brand, but I like the fact that our parents thought the same way, that ginger ale was a help to cure an upset stomach. There you go. Christopher can help us create ginger ale at home, or ginger beer. The best tip is going to the grocery store and buying it. It's already done. Canada Dry was your medicine as well for ginger ale? Yeah, Canada Dry, Schweppes. Those are the two big brands for ginger ale here. Jane can relate. Growing up in a Baptist church, always had grape juice and the saltine crackers. Yeah. We didn't so much have saltine crackers. We used to, well, we did, I guess. But there were some times where it was a loaf of bread that was purchased ahead of time, and they cubed them all up. So you had cubed bread. That's usually what we had: Welch's grape juice and cubed bread. That was our communion. Ashfield used to make kombucha, but it ended up taking too much space in the kitchen. Yeah, you've got to let that ferment for a while. Oh, Debbie's grandfather was a creator of liquids. Let's put it at that. During Prohibition times, wine in the tub, basement tub wine. Ginger settles your stomach. That's the key, yeah. So ginger ale helps that way. And if you're a kid and you get to have pop or soda when you're sick and a day off from school, that's a pretty good day. Makes you feel better real quick. YouTube videos out there for ginger beer. Good to know. In the South, they drink Dr. Pepper hot like tea. It's good. Is that how you make it good? You make it hot? Or does it make it thick and make it more like cough syrup? The best part about homemade is you can pronounce all the ingredients. That's true. There's no special red dye number 7 or Osterkloster Forlight. Ginger ended up getting moldy. Oh, that's not good. That becomes a temperature issue, I would say. Probably needs to be in a cooler environment. We used to have, growing up in the house where my mom used to do all her cooking and things, we used to have a room in the basement, a cold room that had a door on it and everything. It was concrete around and wooden shelves, and that's where she used to keep all her pickling items or any of those canned goods that she bought when they were on sale, just because they were on sale, to have them for a rainy day. Yeah, we had a whole room full of that, and she also used to put pop and things in there too that she would buy. She would always buy things when they were discounted and set them aside. You can start a ginger beer farm and keep it going for a long time. You just need to feed it. So I appreciate you guys helping me with the memories. It's good to have think back of all those wonderful things that mother instilled in me, or we got to experience because she was a good cook, or because she was a daughter of parents that went through the Depression, and so they kept on to things. They didn't throw things out. They recycled, they reused. They bought when things were low and bought bulk volumes of them, knowing that one day that they would need them, and so they would buy them when they were cheap. So rather than us now, okay, we're going to buy these meals for this week, we buy them at whatever price that they're being sold at. She used to have things put away. She's going to need tomato soup eventually. It's not going to go bad. So if she could get it for 50 cents a can, she would do that rather than paying 75 cents a can or 80 cents a can when it was full price. Debbie says they have a storage room in their basement here. It's a 1954 era house. Yeah, it's good. Those cold rooms are nice. Jane says her mom canned green beans, corn, etc. We always had good stuff to eat in the winter. Yeah, my mother was big into pickling and canning. We had a garden fresh in the backyard, and so she would cultivate that all summer and then take it in and produce all sorts of wonderful things. She made her own bread from scratch too. So we had lots of homemade cheese biscuits on Sundays. She had big tins full of flour for all her baking. But I've told stories too about things like when she made brownies. In order to keep them fresh, she used to put used tea bags in with them, so the brownies eventually would smell or taste like tea. That's not such a good thing, but it was all part of not throwing anything away and recycling and making sure you could use things for a long period of time. So there were goods and there were bad parts of living in a house that people were familiar with Depression era things. And my grandparents lived with us for a while too, so my mother had her father and mother looking over her shoulder as she did things. Debbie's a gardener as well, so she plants her own garden. Roger's going to turn 69 on Tuesday. Well, happy early birthday to you. He was born on a Sunday at 4:20 in the morning. Gary's mother grew up during the Depression, and she'd create jars of jams and pickles whenever they were in season. Yep. That's not my grandmother. That's my mother that I'm talking about, Rochelle. But yeah, she would never want to be called great. I mean, she had her limitations. For me, she was a great mom. I appreciated the things we had there. Was she a strong Christian woman in her beliefs? Absolutely. She's very conservative, but very lenient as well. So have that. There we go. Some more birthday wishes going out there. Jane's parents would have celebrated their 69th wedding anniversary on January 27th. So my parents would have celebrated their 68th wedding anniversary yesterday. So there we are. Jane and I were very close. Yeah, keep those birthdays flowing for Roger. I like the fact that my community too that tunes in can be anything from a 16-year-old up to a 95-year-old. I like the fact that there are pieces of whatever I'm putting out on the internet that a variety of ages are interested in. So thank you all for that as well. And I'm never going to stop saying thank you. I mean, you guys make this channel the way it is and have gotten it as far as it's going. I produce the content, but a lot of the content I produce is because you guys have sent me things or gave me ideas about stuff. So it's given me the inspiration to keep going. And your comments help me keep going too. Because if it just was radio silent after I put something out, nobody commented on it, I would probably lose that inspiration. So I'm thankful that you guys can do that. Thank you, Basil. Roger was born opposite Hampton Court in the UK. I didn't know you were from the UK originally. I thought you were always in Greece. When did you move to Greece? Of your 69 years, how many of them were in the UK and how many of them were in Greece? Basil was born in a hospital beside a cemetery. Well, I guess that shows the coming and going all close together. Thank you, Ashil. Well, we're now 16 people on, 16 thumbs up, so we've leveled out. We're also coming up on 60 minutes. I'm just waiting for Roger to respond. Oh, Jane, there's lots of places you can go to have community. I don't have a monopoly on that, that's for sure, but I appreciate you being a part of it. Yep, we're nearly up to our hour on. And I'm not rushing to get off the channel because I don't have a Costco to run to today. Your new address has a Roman Catholic cemetery, a Hindu burial site, and a Muslim burial grounds, all close proximity. Oh, I guess something for everyone there. Yeah, well, that is one reason for wrapping up a live stream is that you'll get to see the video. I'll get to put it out. Do I have any snow to shovel? I don't have any snow to shovel. I mean, there is snow outside, but I don't have anything that needs to be shoveled. It's just brutally cold. There is no snow coming down. Monday, they're talking about having a snowstorm coming, so we'll wait for that. But there is no snow to shovel today. All right, Roger responds, in a nursery, I moved to Greece in 1966, left September 67 because of a coup. We left for New Zealand and then left it until 1979 for the final destination of Greece. Okay. So why did your parents move to Greece? That would be my first question. Why did they leave the UK for Greece? Well, pizza's almost there for us, so she's going to have to go to start the party for her son. David, thank you. You go back and watch whatever you've missed in the past. Deb says, Phil is back in bed, and I'm thinking that after this stream ends, we're going to go back to bed too. Well, yeah. Go cuddle up with your husband. Make a day of it. It's cold outside. Get some body warmth. Roger was born in the UK. I like this. We're learning a little bit about Roger before his birthday. That's the other reason I love getting together on Saturdays, is that we learn so much about each other. Rather than you just listen to me yammer on it in video after video, this way you get to be heard as a community. Oh, and I'll show you outside there for Gary's amusement. I got a clean window here. So, it's kind of blurry. Why is it so blurry? Focus. Anyways, there's snow out there, but not a lot of snow. Just enough to cover up the grass. Debbie would go into hibernation all winter if she could. You've got part bear in you. You want to hibernate. Oh, Roger's mother was Greek and his father was English. Okay, there's the Greek connection. I get it now then. With a name like Roger Turner, it's very English. So the Greek comes on your mother's side. Wonderful. Get that driveway clear. There's just a light dusting of snow on it. We have a snowplow company come and clean us out, so I don't have to do a lot of shoveling. The only shoveling I have to do is from the driveway to the front door, and I try to get Ari to do that most of the time. Oshel says, I don't think we will get that cold that you would be having, so let me know if you need to run some errands for you. Sure, yeah, come on over. It's interesting that you don't get these. Now, this isn't a normal temperature for us. Let's get that straight. Has it gotten cold like this before? Absolutely. But minus 33 with the wind chill is cold. And Monty in Saskatchewan with your minus 39, he's been getting some cold temperatures too. I think you get it more often being on the prairies where it's flat than we do here a little closer to the coast. It's not normal for us to get this cold all the time. And this is the first time we've had it this cold this winter, so. Thomas is expecting snow in the next couple hours in Illinois. Yeah, it sounds like you guys in Ohio and that swath of the U.S. are in for a lot of snow coming. Indiana. So take care, be safe. I do remember, Gary, that you can see snow year-round on the mountains where it belongs. Yeah, skiers love it. You can ski at night and golf during the day if you want. And you can even go on your sailboat, too, if you really wanted to. That's the wonderful thing about the lower mainland in British Columbia. in that rainforest environment in amongst the Rocky Mountains. You can see all sorts of wonderful things, have all sorts of different temperatures. You could be almost in shorts and t-shirts some of the time. I wouldn't recommend it this time of year, but. And your second grandmother was Russian. All right, so you've got a good influence there of different people, different countries are a varied influence. Debbie also agrees that mountains is where the snow belongs when she lived in Southern California. Jane says she loves the snow but does not want the ice that they're predicting. You probably don't get a lot of snow in South Carolina either, Jane, do you? And ice, wherever it is not fun. Very dangerous. Yeah, swim in the ocean. I wouldn't recommend swimming in the ocean in British Columbia this time of year, but ski on a glacier in the afternoon. 105 inches was the most snow Ron has ever dealt with in a winter. Not in a storm, but over the winter. The biggest snowstorm we've had in Moncton was back in 1992, and we got 6 feet in the course of one snowstorm. That was a big one. I remember snowmobiles coming up and down our road being used as emergency vehicles. Monty said he's never been to the North Pole, but it probably isn't much different than the temperature for them. Yeah. Burr. There you go. Thomas says, would rather the snow than the ice that you're getting in the south. For you, Jane. The ice storms worst in the south. I'm not sure from a Canadian perspective what they're actually getting. I don't know if Ontario was in for any of this snow that Ohio's getting. I haven't heard. And when you get that lake effect snow that kicks in, it seems to be a lot more. Southerners will be skidding around on the roads. Stay inside. Be safe. Use Instagram. Communicate with the world that way. What do you think of the, up there, the hedgehog calendar? Yeah, Jane's getting those ice storms in Southern California, or South Carolina, excuse me. Ontario's getting hit this weekend. Poor Toronto is looking at a lot of snow. Wonder they'll call in the army again. They've been hit with a lot of snow lately, so. Yeah, Ontario's getting way more than we're getting down here in the Maritimes. We've barely had winter. When I can go outside and see grass poking up on my front yard and it's the end of January, winter's passing us by. Yeah, yes, we're supposed to get snow on Monday, but how long is it going to stick around? What are we going to get? Who made the calendar? I bought it off Temu. So they are all AI generated images on it. My daughter Dea wasn't as keen on them. We've normally bought a hedgehog calendar that we hang in the dining room or in the kitchen. But this year I found 2 calendars on Temu, so I bought them that way. So they're a little different. The other ones were real hedgehog pictures. Well, Roger, I hope you have a great birthday. I'm glad that you let us know about it today so we could give you some well wishes before the event, because if we'd waited until next Saturday, you would have already had the birthday. So enjoy your milestone birthday. But some might say, well, 69 is not a milestone birthday. It'd be 70 or 65. True, maybe. But I think 69 is a big number. Gary wonders if we should have cut the grass before it gets cold. Yeah, well. Hopefully the temperatures are cool enough that your grass really isn't growing that much that it doesn't need to be cut. I do remember those days living out west, though. I'm hoping your weather through the Rockies won't be that bad over the next couple weeks, because my brother-in-law is driving from British Columbia back here to New Brunswick. So I'm hoping and praying that he has good weather that he's driving through. Not always the easiest time of the year to drive across the country. You're not getting enough daylight. Not getting enough bright sunny days. Staying in this weekend, writing some postcards, playing guitar, and work on model training. Well, that sounds good. Thomas, if you're ever on Instagram, you know I'm at that dad guy 1974. If you are on Instagram, I'd love to see a picture of your train layout. You guys have known I've done some train shows in my videos and go to a number of them here. So it is another one of those things that I'm interested in. Not that I'm going to be setting up any train displays in my house, but I do have model trains in my house and track, but just not set up. Ushill's writing a post-crossing postcard today. He's got one available to write. Model railways, yeah. There you go. Jane's got a cousin in Illinois that loves model trains. Your Wi-Fi's freezing because of the cold in Washington State. Well, folks, I think I'm going to start saying early stages. All right, well, early stages are good too. Send some pics. Let's see what you got going on. For now, I think I'm going to start wrapping things up because I want to post out the videos so you guys can see what Ushhill sent from Norway, and we'll see what else I get up to over the next couple hours. Gary says sunrise at 7:50, sunset at 4:55. Not many daylight hours. We're further north than we are in New Brunswick here, yeah. By 5 o'clock, it's usually getting pretty dark here, but usually we have sun up by 7. Yeah, everybody have a good week. Enjoy. Stay safe. Keep me updated on Instagram with anything you want to chit-chat about. Leave comments on the videos you get to watch. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Have a magical week.